This week's market update, we want to stress again some of the numbers that we're seeing out there that are kind of going counterintuitive to a regular real estate market. The first thing is you can see that for the month of October, now this is right up until, these are sort of daily stats, so it's right up until today. So there's really only 2 more days in the month. So you can pretty much look at these numbers and say that's the way October is going to finish up. Total sales are down over 4%. But then if you look at the average price, it's up almost 13%. We don't usually see that. What we're seeing why we're seeing that is the huge amount of people that have come to this city from abroad and also from other provinces. And the third thing that I've highlighted there is the active listings. You can see that number is up over 50% over October of last year. That's a huge number. So what we're seeing, listings come up and prices come down, or sorry, listings come up and the number of sales come down. We're not seeing prices come down.
Yeah.
It's a good thing for investors out there, but we still don't know how 2025 is going to start off or end out.
Yeah, but the end of the fall market is looking like the perfect storm for investors. Okay. We want to congratulate one of our investors, Alex and Maria. They just bought a place in Evergreen and they took it because they see the value, right? So people are sitting on the fence right now waiting for interest rates to drop. But if there's good deals, and we're seeing these deals, Tim, like if you go on our Crew TV, we bought a condo in Aspen just last month, $50,000 below what the developers are selling them for. So there's amazing deals to be had, and this is going to continue because inventory has come up so much. And Tim's going to explain that this is not a normal market. Every year, Tim, we normally see the stats do their thing, and it's not following the tradition right now.
Yeah. So moving on to the next slide, you can see the top graph there, the sales comparison month to month. You can see that it's generally following the pattern that sales follow in most normal real estate markets. You start out in January with your least amount of sales, goes up to the late spring, May, June. Those are the most amount of sales that you're going to see every month, and then it falls down again to January. That's kind of normal the way it's going this year in Calgary's market. Our sales are about normal, but if you look at the 2 bottom graphs, inventory, now the lines are previous years. You can see that the bars are this year's inventory, and you can see that all year long the inventory has been climbing. But in previous years, in regular markets, it climbs until May or June, and then it starts to fall again down towards the end of December. We're not following that normal market. Our inventory is going up and up and up. And on the last graph there, the new listings comparison, normally the new listings just go like gangbusters in the spring up till April, May, June, and then they start to fall off as that inventory gets absorbed in the market till the end of the year. We can see that it started to happen that way in Calgary, but then this year, but now it's going back up again. So our new listings are starting to increase again as well.
And we can tell you why. I don't know what the stat is. It's around 60% of mortgages. I think that's the stat are coming due this year. So what's happening is people are offloading their rentals, like they're offloading properties. They're making, they're trying to sell them. They're trying to put on the market. So the best thing about that is we know those people that, Tim, their mortgages are coming due and they have to re-sign at a higher rate. These are people that were on 2.9%.
Even lower.
Or even lower. I had one that was really low. I couldn't even believe it. I was like, I hit a home run. I wish all of them were like that. They weren't, okay? But that's the way it goes. Those properties are coming up, so people are deciding to exit, but there's no buyers because the buyers are sitting on the fence waiting for interest rates to drop even further. So we call this the perfect storm. What does that mean? It means you finally have choice as a buyer to go out there, and we don't just show you one property and there's 15 offers. We actually show you properties. We could show you 2 or 3 properties. We could weigh up the pros and cons and have some time to sleep on it, and then write an offer and no competing offers. So those competing offers will cool down going into the colder months. And it's a great time to buy because you're not overpaying for the property. You have time to do your due diligence on the property, which we help you with. And you could pull the trigger without any pressure. I mean, Tim, we've been in the cooker here for like 6-7 months, maybe longer.
couple of years,
couple of
really.
years, yeah, when you look at it. So things are finally changing. And so what's going to happen next year? You might be sitting there saying, well, is it going to continue to go down next year? No, it's not. And we can tell you why. Simply because Toronto and Vancouver are so expensive, like we mean double, right? Double than here. I don't know how the newcomers, and there's estimated in those two provinces, Tim, I think it's upward of 400,000 people came into this country in those two provinces alone. Okay. And if they're new to Canada and their credit isn't good and they can, you know, a lot of people are in IT and different businesses now, they don't have to live in that city. We know that Calgary is a very attractive option and that people will be moving here in the spring. And we believe the spring market is going to be on fire. So whoever buys from now to spring or now till late January, early February is going to reap the rewards in the spring market next year.
Yeah, and backing up a little bit on the market report here, where we talked about the, it was our tip of the week where we talked about the purpose-built rentals. Yes, the builders are going gangbusters on those type of properties, but we're not seeing as many owner-occupied properties being built as we should. So within this influx of population, that's where you're going to see, you know, not enough new properties coming online in the spring and into the summer. So it's going to drive prices up even more. And you're going to have some more competition in the spring. We'll probably go back to seeing multiple offers once we get into February, March, and April. So if you're buying right now in the slower months, you won't see that much competition and you'll probably get the property at a lower price.
Yeah, so keep that in mind for, you know, getting into the market before next February, we would say.
Okay, so that's our real estate market update.